So yeah, I was speaking with Eric the other day and I told him, Eric, can you give me a hand with this video? And well, he basically gave me this, if that helps. I think it's handy. Hello everybody and welcome to the Spooky Booklight, the paper Booklight Halloween special. So here I come, dressed as Princess Ariel, who now changed career and now is a zombie slayer, and I am bringing you today 5 fantastic books that you can read this Halloween. So let's begin! So the first choice is The Dry by Jane Harper. You might have heard about this book. It's published by Abacus, which belongs to Curtis Brown, and in Spain you can find it under the name Años de sequía, and it's published by Salamandra. It's basically the story of policeman Luke Falk. So he returns to this Australian village which is affected by a lone draw. His friend Luke Falk commits a murder-suicide. Behind this apparent murder-suicide there are lots of things going on, because years ago Falk was accused of murder. He had to leave the village. You know, some people call it the Australian Broadchurch, and you know, maybe it's because, you know, it's happening in a small town. I can't reveal that much, but what I can say is I enjoy this book so much. I read it in an afternoon and I truly believe that this is one of the must read of 2017, and you know, it's one of those books that you're really hoping that they do a movie or a TV series with it. I'm not really sure if it's on the go, but so the second one I'm going to recommend to you is Before the Fall by Noah Hawley. Noah Hawley is the creator of the Fargo TV series, and you're gonna see that the writing is really televisive, and let me tell you, the plot is amazing. You've got this plane, right? It's full of people from the Leeds, and they go from Martha's Vineyard to New York. 16 minutes on to the takeoff, they have an accident. The plane lands into the water, to the ocean, and all of them die, except for 2 people. One, Scott, which is the painter, so he's not from the Leeds, and the second one is the little child of a media mogul. So there's only 2 survivors. So you've got 2 interesting things of this book which I really enjoyed. One of them is what or who did take the plane down. The second one is about how Scott's dealing with the post-traumatic syndrome and how he can't bear leaving this child alone. So you see how all of this interacts, and honestly, the ending is gonna leave you like, oh my gosh, did that really happen? The third book I got with me is The Burial Hour by Jefferey Deaver. It's published by Hodder and Stoughton. It's a hardback. So this is a Waterstones exclusive edition, which includes short story. So this one is the 13 on the Lincoln Rhyme and Amelia Sachs series. The first one, if I'm not wrong, is The Bone Collector, which you can find in Spanish under the name of El Coleccionista de Huesos. There's also a movie featuring Denzel Washington and Angelina Jolie, really recommendable. And if you don't know about like Lincoln Rhyme, he basically is this detective. I think he's specialized in forensics, and he becomes quadriplegic because of an accident, which you can see in The Bone Collector, as I mentioned before. And he has Amelia Sachs. She is part of the police. She's the one that comes to the scene and, you know, shows him the evidence. They have like a really interesting relationship as well. So one is kidnapped in New York, is kidnapped on the late light. The only witness is this little girl. They are racing to find him. There's this guy called the Composer who posts a video in social media of this guy about to be hung, and you can hear that there is like a background music. His gasps matches with the tempo, so they managed to save him. And very shortly there is this very similar case in Italy. They fly to Italy and try to solve the case, because we are speaking about a serial killer or potential serial killer. As you can see, it's quite an extensive book, but the thing with Jefferey Deaver's writing style is that there are so many details that you must not miss, because, you know, every detail counts and there are lots of plot twists, and it's a really enjoyable book, really good for this holiday as well. So the next book is Ragdoll by Daniel Cullen. OMG, the plot is amazing, and it's published by Trapeze, mind you. So basically it's the story of this guy, William Fox. He was on psychology assessment, meaning that they retire him from work, and now, like, after proving he was innocent because some shenanigans going on, goes back to work. He receives a call from his colleague Emily telling him that, well, they found the corpse near his apartment. The corpse is made of 6 different people. And so they received like a leak or a lead from the press with photographies of the 6 different cadavers and a list of names, and Fox is the last one. So you know, it's a really interesting book. There's going to be a second part called Hangman pretty soon. I think it's going to be in February next year for sure. I don't know if you have seen it, guys, but there is this TV series, the Scandinavian one. I mean, there's loads of adaptations. It's called The Bridge, but watch the Scandinavian one, which its original title is Bron. Between Sweden and Denmark there is this big bridge that is also, you know, the border. So they find a corpse in the middle of this border. And when they're gonna leave the corpse, half is in a country, the other half is in another. And last but not least, I've got with me Hell's 5-Minute Tales of Horror, published by the mentioned Bucket Media. So that's the very first book of Hell Reachers. You can find the book in Amazon. Let me tell you, this is Hell Reachers' first book. I hope the first of many more. And it's a collection of 41 short stories. You can see the influence of Japanese manga and also other mythological creatures, such as, you know, La Llorona in Mexico. Let me tell you, this is a really amazing book. Ideal, you know, when you're traveling to that Halloween party by train. What I really like from this book is, you know, like, she knows how to play with plot twists. It's a really entertaining book. I loved it. I'm gonna leave the link to this and the other books I've mentioned as usual in the description box. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, have a look at the different videos I have here, as well as the other social media accounts I'm leaving you here. I really want to know, what are your plans for Halloween? Are you gonna do something special? Are you reading something special? As you can see, I have a bit of a massive flu right now. Just a friendly reminder that once we reach the 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a little giveaway. And yeah, stay tuned, because next video is going to be the Cheltenham Festival vlog, hopefully. And see you next week.